Hi guys, so in this video I will explain you what is prop drilling. In previous video I had explained you what are props. So if you have not watched that video, I will paste the link in our description section so you can watch that from there. So basically what is prop drilling? So prop drilling is a concept of passing the props from our parent component to multiple child components. So let's suppose this is our parent component and I want to pass our data from our parent component to our child component 1 and from our parent component to our child component 2 and further from our parent component to child component 3. So what I have to do, I have to pass on the props from our parent component to child component, and from there I have to import our child component 2 in our child component 1, and then I will receive our props in our child component 2, and there I have to call child component 3. Then only I will be able to pass our props in our child component 3. So so guys, as you can see, this is a very difficult task to achieve. So in order to pass our data from parent component to child component 3, if that was needed, even though I don't want my data to pass to these two components, so this is not possible in prop. So to manage our state globally, this is not possible in props. Okay, so React has two concepts like context API and Redux. So I will explain these two concepts in our later part of this playlist. Okay, so stay tuned. So what I will do now, I will just try to create up our parent component and our child components. So in our app component I have imported our parent component. Okay, so I will create up a component by rfce. This is the command, and there I will import our use state. So what I will do, I will just try to create up a child component, and I have imported this component in our parent component. So I will just create up child component first. So what I will do, so you can see that I have passed on our props from our parent element to our child component. So this is the method to pass on the props. I have imported a variable data, and then I have just tried to pass on our state into our child component. So I have created up this component. So what I will do, I will just receive these props in our child component. So there I will try to pass on these props in our second child component, which I will just now create. I have to import them as well. So as you can see, I have created up these two components, and there I will, for your explanation, I will create up a third component as well, child component 3. So what I will do, I will just try to call child component 3 in our child component 2, and I will try to pass on this data from child component 2 to child component 3. So this is the method to receive our props. We have to write props here, and what I will do, so we have defined this variable data. So to access our props, we have to access them through props.data. S2 is not needed. Okay, so I think our code is perfect. I will just check up our app. Okay, we had not imported this child component in our parent component, that's why that error was there. So you can see this was our main data which I was trying to pass on from our parent component. So I was trying to pass on this data through our state variable. Okay, so state is like a central repository or a central container. You can pass on any data there. And for globally created components, we have context API and Redux. Okay, so what I will do, I will just create these two separate videos also, so stay tuned for this playlist. So I hope that this prop drilling concept is clear to you. So you can see that this was a major difficult task to achieve. So imagine if you are trying to build up a big project like an e-commerce project like Amazon or Flipkart. So you have to pass on your data from your parent component, or let's say your home component, to your card component. So imagine that this is not a child component, this is a card component. So you have to pass on your data from your home page to your cart section. So what you will do, we cannot rely on props. So for that we have separate state management tools like context API and Redux. So for that I will create up a separate video also, so there all your doubts will be cleared. And I will create up an e-commerce project also, so there I will use context API. So stay tuned for that playlist, and if you like this video, then please share it and subscribe my channel.